Welcome to Tiger Blossom's session for today. I'm really glad that you're here. Today we're going to be doing a session exploring a quote by Walt Whitman, and it's a really good taste and example of the deeper place that we go in Tiger Blossom membership, and I really hope that you enjoy it today. So in today's class, I really want to encourage you not just to create with your hands, but to be really present and to let it flow as you're creating. To start out, we have all of our tools. We have the vessel that we are using, and we have the kenzan, and I have my scissors, and I have my water, and I have my paper and my pen. So make sure you have all those items in front of you, and then I have my botanic materials as well. For today's session, we're going to be creating an arrangement inspired by a quote by Walt Whitman. This quote has really nourished me during this journey of discovery. It is, "Not I nor anyone else can travel that road for you. You must travel it by yourself. It is not far, it is within reach." Let's go ahead and begin. So we're going to create with intention, we're going to create without any pressure, and we're going to create for ourselves. So we're going to go ahead and start with, you have your materials, and just take some time to see which one of them you feel you would like to start with. I'm going to go ahead and start with one of these white mums. And what you're going to do is you want to make sure that nothing in your arrangement is taller than twice the length of the vessel. The length of the vessel is the width plus the height. So I'm going to measure this out. So one would be, here's the width of the vessel, and here is the height of the vessel, about here. And then I'm going to take that to the top, and then here's the width of the vessel, and here's the height. So I'm going to go ahead and snip it there. And then I'm going to take the material, and I'm going to just take some time to rotate it and see its different curves, and just kind of pay attention to how I like how it looks. Today I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter, because that's kind of how I'm enjoying how it looks. And then we're going to put it right in the center of the kenzan, right in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then I'm going to take water, and I'm going to fill it to about the top of the needles. It'll be there during the arranging. And then I'm just going to take about 30 seconds to a minute. You can pause the video, take however long you want, and just take some time to think about this quote. I'll read it, and just kind of write down anything that kind of resonates with you. "Not I nor anyone else can travel that road for you. You must travel it by yourself. It is not far, it is within reach." And so just the idea that you're the only one that can go on your journey. No one else can walk your journey for you. And so just this idea of that, and you can use this material kind of representing you and on your journey. And so maybe just take a couple minutes to just kind of think about what about that is resonating with you, or questions that you have about it. And so just take 30 seconds, or pause the video and take longer, and maybe write 1 to 3 things that kind of speak to you about that. So I'm going to do that too. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next material. You can just go ahead and look at what you have, and you can pick whatever you'd like to put in next. I'm going to go ahead and pick this material. And with that step, you don't want anything in your arrangement to hit at the same height. So I just don't want anything to hit at the height that this one's hitting. So I can cut it as long as it's under the two lengths or not at this height, then we're good. So I'm gonna make this one a little bit taller. So I think I will make this one actually the tallest that anything can be, to set an example for that for you all. So this is two lengths of the vessel, and we're gonna go ahead and put this in the back of the Kenzan at like 12 o'clock. And I'm gonna kind of rotate it to see what shape I like, and then in relation to the first material I put in. So I'm just gonna put this in here, and I'll kind of turn it for you so you can see it. So I put this one in first, and I put this one in second, and this height's here and this height's here, so we're good. And this is the tallest, so that means everything else I'm going to put in the arrangement is going to be below this height. So then we can go ahead and move to our next material. Whatever you'd like to put in, I'm going to do I think I'm going to do some of this wax flower here. So I'm not going to use this whole piece because it's way too big. So I think I'll just trim off this piece and see how that goes. So this next one we're going to put to the right of our first material. So you can go ahead and just place it in the Kenzan to the right. The only thing you want to pay attention to is you don't want this to hit at the same height as any of the other two that you've placed in. So I'm going to want this to be taller than, it's going to have to be lower than this, but it can be taller than this or lower. So this is a good example. So this is kind of a thin material. So what you can do with that is you can have it share the needle with one of the other materials and kind of wedge it in there, and that will help it to stand up. A lot of students ask about that. So I went and placed that in. So that's number 3. So we're going to go to material number 4. You can go ahead and pick whatever you would like to place in. I think I'm going to go with this Gerber daisy. Oop. So the only thing I'm going to want to pay attention to here, this is subtly higher, but because it curved, it's almost hitting at the same height. So I might have to adjust that, which is fine. But I have 1, 2, 3 heights. I'm probably going to make this lower actually. And then, so I just don't want this to be hitting at the same height as that. So I'm going to figure out where I would like this to be. Another thing you want to avoid is you never want a bloom to be facing at the viewer like this. You're going to either want it to be subtly to the side, or it can go up. You just don't want it to be in the arrangement looking at the viewer. So I would want to kind of turn it like that. So I'm going to place this in. And then I'm going to adjust this material. And I think I'm actually going to switch it out and not use it. And that's what we're going to do, because we can. So we're going with the flow. Okay, so I'll make this about that same height that I was doing that other one. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned the 4th material that you put in, you want to put it in the Kenzan directly to the left of your first material. So I'll turn this around. So I have The first one I put in, the second one I put in, and then the third one that I put in, it's subtly higher than this one. And then this is the fourth one that I put in. So we have one in the center, one on the right, one directly in the back, and one in the left. So our fifth and final material we're going to put in the front of the kenzan, and this will be our lowest material. And generally the role of this material, you want to kind of keep the viewer from seeing the kenzan. So you want to kind of make sure that the viewer is looking at the arrangement and they can't see the kenzan. And another thing that you want to be aware of and keep from doing is you never want to cross any material. You want all the materials to look like they're growing from the same root. And so an example of that before I put this in is if I put these two materials in the kenzan like next to each other, I would never want to cross this in front. I would never want to cross this one in front. I could put this here and see how that curve is covering, that's okay, but the stem is not going in front. So I can put it forward, to the side, and back, but I'm not going to cross it back here, and I'm not going to cross it there. And the same with this material. You want everything to be growing from the same root. So that's the goal, and another thing to kind of pay attention to. So I'm going to put this last material in the front of the kenzan. You could put it in the center and kind of lean it to the right, or you could put it a little bit to the right or to the left. You just don't want to make the bloom go right in front. So this is mine. So I wouldn't want to like put that there, right in the center, where it's looking right at the viewer. It could go up like this, but we generally don't want to have this line. So I'm going to put this subtly over this direction, and then you have this kind of triangle going on. And so let me just double check and make sure. I'm just going to adjust this a minute. And so that's my Walt Whitman, It's My Journey arrangement. And so just take some time to look at your arrangement and think about that quote and what's important to you, and reflect on your arrangement, and then let that arrangement remind you of those beautiful things that you discovered as it sits in your home. So one example of something that I reflected on about that quote is just a reality that my life is my journey. It's no one else's. So the importance of me moving from who I am to do that journey, because nobody has been through what I've been through, and nobody, has walked in my shoes. And so I really I'm responsible to know myself and to take care of myself. And we don't all need to know ourselves right away, but we can go on this journey of getting to know ourselves and take care of ourselves, and to move from the wisdom that we already have within us. Your body can really let you know if something's okay or not okay, those tiny things. And so I think for me, this mum right here is just reminding me the importance of this being my journey, and it's standing strong and tall and up, and it's soft, and it's an individual, but it's surrounded by all of these beautiful things. But this is not that, and this is not that, and this looks like that, but it's not. It's a different one, So this is me as an individual, and I'm beautiful and I'm unique, and it's my job to take care of myself. And so I hope that you have a little taste of how you can take care of yourself and love yourself by taking a moment to create something beautiful and see your ability to create something beautiful with what you have. So that's Tiger Blossom, and thank you for joining me.